Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is ScopeSF and today I wanted to go over another build concept that I've kind of been tweaking around and playing with over the past few weeks or so. And I think I found something that is actually really fun. It's probably one of the more fun builds that I've messed around with since I started playing Smite, to the point where I think this one's a keeper. It's specifically a build for Fafnir. You could go it on a few other characters. I could see Bakasura making use of this. I could see Mercury making use of this. Probably a couple of other Guardians here and there. But Fafnir specifically, objectively, makes the best use out of this build because of his passive. And I'll just go over that real quick. Um, Passive. Fafnir gains 2 bonus gold from all enemy kills and assists, including minions. Pretty good. He also gains bonus protections up to 25 of each based on the amount of gold that he is currently holding, capped at 1,000 gold. So for this build, both parts of it are actually really relevant. The fact that you're gaining more gold than most other characters in the game, and the fact that you get bonus protections based off of that gold. So what we're looking at with this build, of course, because it's Fafnir, you're going to be starting off with Sentinel's Gift, and then you're going to be going into T1 of the Dagger Tree, the Ancient Blade. Going to be 1,100 gold right off the bat, so you have 400 in the bank. And you could do a couple of other things with this. If you want to upgrade a relic into a tier 2 for the 300 gold, go for it. It's pretty rare that you would want to do that. It would have to be like very specific situations, but it is definitely viable. I would not recommend getting potions with this build because the extra protections you get just on having 400 gold is worth more than the temporary sustain that you lose if you die anyway, that you'd be getting from having less than 400 gold. Even if you're buying like a health potion and a mana potion to pop at the beginning, that's still 100 gold less, which really isn't ultimately that desirable. But yeah, starting off Sentinel's Gift, Ancient Blade, and then your first 3 items are going to be Wing Blade, Relic Dagger, and Witchblade. Reason being, if you look at each of these items, they are dirt cheap. So with Fafnir, when you're getting, I think it's what the enemy minions 8 bonus gold when a minion dies around you, plus the 2 from his passive, the 10 gold overall is insane value when you're not the one clearing the wave. So in addition to the gold that's being split, you're getting so much more just off of that just because you're Fafnir with a Sentinel's Gift. So you're getting a lot of gold very quickly, which will help you with, in the survivability department, because the other part of his passive, just having those protections early on before you buy your first items. But as you're buying your first items, not only are you getting the really good stats off of these together, just from buying them, but you're still probably going to have quite a bit of gold to spare, meaning that you'll still have some protections in the bank. You're not losing out on too many protections when you're doing this. And the reason overall that I think this build works is because each of these 3 items, probably with the exception of Relic Dagger, are very situational. Relic Dagger overall is just a really good one. But Witchblade and Wingblade are usually seen as the very situational ones. The Wingblade you build because of its passive, if they have a lot of slows on the team, will really help you out with surviving that. And the Witchblade is if they have, a couple of auto attackers, namely physical ones, it helps to reduce attack speed as necessary. But if you're looking at each of the individual stats of each item, they all add up to something really, really impressive. This feels like, Gestalt theory, where the sum is greater, or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So you look at each of these items. We'll start with Relic Dagger first. 350 health, 10% cooldown reduction, 10% crowd control reduction, and 7% movement speed. Then if you look at Witchblade, 30 physical protection. Okay, sure. Another 250 health. So what does that bring us up to? 600, I believe? Yeah. Plus another 10% cooldown reduction. So between those two, you're at 20%. And then 7% more movement speed to get you up to 14%. And then with Wingblade, another 200 health. So that brings you up to 800 total. The other 10% crowd control reduction. So that's 20% crowd control reduction. Another 7% movement speed to bring you up to 21%, and then between Wingblade and Witchblade, yeah, so you're only getting 30 physical protection from Witchblade and 25 from Wingblade, but remember that you're still going to be building up your passive. As you're building up your gold and not necessarily buying too many items right off the bat, this essentially turns into 55 physical protection, and this essentially turns into 50 magical protection. For comparison, Shogun's Kusari gives about 50 magical protection, and I think... Actually, Mantle of Discord gives 55, so about the same physical protection as your fully built-in Witchblade with the passive and everything. Spirit Robe only gives 40, and Manticore Spikes, this item that everybody's going crazy over, still a very good item, absolutely worth building in a lot of cases, but that's only giving you 35 of each protection. So the fact that Fafnir is able to use his gold converted into protections to just kind of add on to these, about 50 of each protection, plus 800 health, plus movement speed, cooldown reduction, and crowd control reduction. Really, really good overall. And then from there, the rest of your items are completely flex pick. I do like to go Spirit Robe, because, you're doubling up on getting more of each protection, plus another 10% cooldown reduction and 20% crowd control reduction. So your crowd control reduction is capped out. You get a nice passive, and then after this you get up to 30% cooldown reduction. But then if you build Mantle of Discord, you get your last 40% from there. So between, these 5 items, you're getting the full cooldown reduction, a lot of crowd control reduction, well, fully capped at crowd control reduction, actually. And it's okay, in this case, that Spirit Robe and Mantle of Discord do not provide any health, because you're getting 800 health from your first couple of items to begin with. If you didn't necessarily want to go Spirit Robe and Mantle of Discord together, I do think that if you're overall looking at a build where you're just looking for a good, solid build, these 2 items are the way to go for your last picks. But your last 2 items are always going to be situational. So, if you wanted to go a different route, if you wanted more cooldown really, really quickly, plus a little bit of survivability after your ultimate is finished casting, because that puts you in a very vulnerable state, Pridwin, not bad. And then because you're getting your last 40% cooldown reduction from there and you don't need to build any more, you could go into Manticore Spikes. A little bit more health. MP5 is always really important. Plus the additional protections and the passive. That works really well with Fafnir as well, considering he has essentially 3 stuns in his kit. So can't really go wrong there. Otherwise, you just have your generic good stuff build: Sovereignty, Contagion, Pestilence for anti-heal, Mail of Renewal just for more survivability. Overall, just building up this set of items, rushing the 3 daggers really quickly, and then going into Spirit Robe and Mantle of Discord, I really do like going that, ultimately to the point where, as I'm building this, I just kind of call it the Cloak and Dagger build, just as a little joke. And then for Sentinel's Gift, I usually like to go Sentinel's Embrace, because I'm very much a a kind of peel for the team kind of player. So I like having the extra protections that I can share with my team as needed. And if I ever get caught out alone, Sentinel's Embrace actually gives you more protections because of the aura. Um, it says if you're alone, you only gain 40 physical and magical protections, but that stacks with the 30 that you're getting from just having Sentinel's Embrace in general, as opposed to you're only getting 45 from Sentinel's Boon. Um, and I think I'd rather have the additional protections. Was that so? 25 more protections? Yeah, I'd rather have 25 more protections overall between the item as opposed to just the additional 100 health at that point. You're getting enough health from the daggers anyway. So yeah, this is the build I've been rocking. It does make support a lot of fun. Now, granted, I wouldn't go this traditional support. I would not go this in Conquest. With Conquest, the gold spooling passively is not good enough to justify getting quick, cheap items. Um, because you're going to be scaling more into the late game anyway. So, Gauntlet of Thebes, Pridwin and Relic Dagger are very good, but you're going to be building those anyway, regardless of which Guardian you're playing in support. So, I lost my train of thought. Gauntlet of Thebes, Pridwin, Relic Dagger. You want the items that give you the really, really good passives that help out your team, as opposed to trying to just get full build as soon as possible. But if you're playing in other game modes where matches tend to be a lot quicker and therefore gold spooling is a lot higher, so your arenas, your jousts, your slashes, this build is a lot of fun. And if you're wary on playing support just because, you're much more of the high damage, kill confirmed type of player, your hunters, your assassins, and you understand, though, that you need a support character for your team, and you just don't normally go support, this build is not very complicated, really no strings attached, and you don't even have to remember, like, oh, which item does what for which and what. No. Just remember daggers and cloaks to get the cloak and dagger build. And that's all you need to remember if you want to have fun playing a support, but it's something that's definitely outside of your comfort zone. Definitely give this a try. And to show you exactly how effective this build can be, let's roll some gameplay footage. Alright, let's see what we can do here.
Great choice picking me.
Okay, cool. This is a good one. I'm okay enough with Morgan Le Fay. Sure. Tsukuyomi needs items, but he has really good team fight. He may be one of the better team fight assassins in the game, honestly. Like, Hunbots has the best team fight ult, but after that, he has a little bit of poke with his 3, a little bit of poke with his 2, and he has to use his 1 for running away. Of course.
countrymen, good luck. Follow me to victory.
I think I actually have to start off by upgrading the shell, so that way I can get the Phantom upgrade as quickly as possible. But not very smart.
Yes.
Keep an eye on that guy. An ally has been slain. How much do you think the enemy's in
All that more in the face still dies.
I won't lose.
And they're throwing. Of course they're throwing. Why wouldn't they be throwing?
I'm returning to base.
Yeah, I guess they're dead.
You guys can do whatever you want to with that one.
has been slain.
Lucky I can't stay like this forever.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice, nice.
Nice job.
So I need to go. I'll finish this up first, but I immediately need to go into Pestilence and probably rest of the battle.
Your souls to me.
No one's getting past me.
Sounded like it hurt. An ally has been slain. Enemy
Has reached your fortress. Even in my weakest state, I won't lose.
somebody did not you killed a guy.
Cancel that.
Get hammered.
An ally has been slain. An like it hurt.
Okay. We had a good lead then. You just threw it.
I don't think I could get any tougher. No one's getting past me.
Cancel that.
Embrace the burning shroud.
Alright, everybody else is mostly
Somebody,
healthy.
not you, killed a guy. An ally has been slain.
Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice, nice.
Double bubble.
Not bad.
Boiling trouble.
Killing spree.
It's the wicked blade.
Even in my weakest state, I won't lose. Be right back.
So, what's the problem? Gratis? Ra's a non-issue. They got one lucky snipe and then they just aim the other one at the melee. Doesn't mount anything. There's another roll.
I don't think I can get any.
A teammate did a thing. An enemy has been smoked. Yeah. An ally has been slain. How much do you think the enemy can stand?
Prepare for trouble and make it double. You're lucky I can't stay like this forever.
Maybe you should keep an eye on that guy.
Burning shroud.
I might as well get.
No one's getting past me.
Oh, I also need to upgrade sprint.
Not you, killed a guy. An ally has been slain. Two for the show.
should
has been
still be a
smoked.
really good team
Yeah.
fight.
An ally has been slain. Teammates are- Really? Only a double kill?
Double kill.
Triple kill!
Killing spree.
Don't you even feel a little bit bad?
Quadra kill.
Penta! Penta!
Pentakill. Rampage. Enemy team. Better call them Blockbuster because they've been shut down.
Retreat!
Smells like
Careful!
someone's cooked
An ally has been slain. How much do you think the
Spell
enemy
most sinister.
An enemy has been slain.
You're almost as great as I am!
That was my only death. So yeah, as it turns out, this build is pretty good. The amount of protections you get early game that you can eventually just kind of flex pick into late game really adds up. To the point where you're supporting enough to get a Thanatos a pentakill. So yeah, that'll be all for now. You know what? Well, thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Ha ha!